God bless you, people of God. This is Steve Johnson with Our Oh God Ministry. You got to kind of excuse my eyes just for a moment. Just kind of been in a place of worship. I was just in prayer for a second or a moment before I did this video. I was asked as to why I do the videos. I remember at 14, I got locked up for aggravated assault. I remember being in the house when my dad pulled out the shotgun on my mom and he shot up the four car tires. I remember me and my sister being scared and afraid. And I remember finding out that my dad had killed my older brother Robert, and I couldn't understand why my mom is still with this man. I grew up in a home where there was, my mom was a workaholic, my dad was an alcoholic, and we kind of pretty much kind of raised ourselves without hugs, without kisses. So I grew up as an angry young man. At 14, I caught an aggravated assault charge. At 17, 18, caught a trafficking charge. Um, I've done a lot of things in my life, and I didn't know God. Wasn't raised up in the church. Didn't know nothing about church. And then this one day, this great God came and saw my pain, came and saw my hurt. And this after selling drugs, this after being shot, this after running the streets, this after being with women, this after shooting at people, this after robbing people. This all what I done in my entire life. That's what I knew. I didn't have no father to tell me, let's go play baseball, let's go play football. The only time I did play football because I was angry at my father, and that anger drove me to be real aggressive. But as I live on today, I think back to my life, and when God saved my life, I just couldn't wrap my mind around why would this great God, this awesome God, come and save me from a world of sin that I was in. I mean, I done drunk the Hennessy, I done sold the coke, done smoked the weed, done did all that we're big and bad enough to do. But when I met this God, it changed my life. When I met this God, I just knew this God I want to give the rest of my life to. So today I make these videos to try and reach every young man, every brother, every pimp, every hustler, every drug dealer, every CEO, every business owner. Any man that think he's a man and don't have God, that was living that life that I was living. Not necessarily, you ain't got to be selling drugs to be hustling money. You necessarily got to be gang banging to be getting money. However it is, when we give our life and give our world to getting money, well, we think we're somebody because we got on Polo. We think we somebody because we got on Sean John. We think we somebody because we can buy Prada. Or we think we somebody because we can buy our money. Whatever it is, that what we get to the mindset where we think the materialistic things make us be somebody. The Bible teaches us that a man's life does not consist in the abundance of things in which he possesses. So our possession don't validate us as being a man. So I make these videos to tell those brothers that, listen, I don't know what you heard about this man they call Jesus. I don't know what you understand about religion. It's two things I know. I know there was a man that was a righteous man named Jesus that came on the face of this earth and died for all the stuff I done yesterday and all the stuff I may do tomorrow and all the stuff that we're doing right now. He died for every sin that I ever commit. And I believe on the third day that he rose up with all power in his hand. And all I can tell you is this: the day he came into my heart, brothers, because see, I was that player. I was about my money. I was about them women. I was about them clothes. I was about them cars. I was about it. And if anybody know me in Georgia, you know this. It ain't no joke. That wasn't no joke with me. We lived that life for real. All I know, I never knew church. I never knew God. And here go this great God, this man named Jesus that came and saved me from my wretched sin. And all I know is I wanted to tell every man, if you meet this man I met, if you meet him, I ain't talking about religion. I ain't talking about church folks. I ain't talking about sounding good. I ain't talking about wearing a title. I ain't talking about acting like you're anointed, feeling like you know. I'm talking about when you meet this man at the well, it's impossible to stay the same. It's just impossible. It's impossible to stay the same. That's why I question when you say you met Jesus, if you met that man I met, that's why It's my duty to tell every man, every sister, every brother, every boy, every girl, every deacon, every bishop, it don't matter where you at. If you meet this man that I met at the well, I promise you, it ain't no 12 steps to rehab. It ain't no 5 steps to process it out your system. Listen, it's one step to Jesus Christ. It will change your life. That's why I make the videos. To tell somebody who ain't going to church, to tell somebody who has been church hurt, to tell somebody who may just be flipping through Facebook one day and come across that gospel, how God gave it to me. Listen, Jesus is realer than anything I ever known. I done had brothers turn state, write statements on me, know what the different addresses I was living in Georgia when I was on the run, doing what I was doing. Living that life, you know, when you in that world, you don't carry wallets, you don't carry ID. But listen, I know what it is for a brother to turn state and write statements to testify against you. But let me tell you about a man who will never turn state. Let me tell you about a man who will never turn his back. Let me tell you about a man, he ain't trying to sleep with your girl. Let me tell you about a man who ain't trying to shortchange it. Let me tell you about a man who ain't trying to take your life, but he trying to give you life. And that's the man Jesus Christ. He done it for me. So if you're a brother, you're a sister, you're a mother, you're a father, whoever you are, God can change your life. That's why I do the videos. You just been detoxed. Own it, live it, be it, do it. Done.